My name is Jessica Alquist. I'm a sophomore at Science West. Like I said the last meeting, I think this issue is pretty cut and dry. The prayer is unconstitutional because it violates separation of church and state. There are people of all religions and none in the school, like myself, and I think that a lot of people find this offensive, and the fact that it clearly violates the Constitution, that can't really be tolerated, especially in a public school. And a public school should not endorse a specific religion. And people say that it can apply to any monotheistic religion, which isn't true. Muslim people never refer to their God as Heavenly Father, and it's a Christian Catholic prayer.
Thank you. Yeah. Sure.
My name is Ron LaRue. I come from North Providence, Rhode Island. I'm representing about 30 churches, about 2,000 people who I have signed out a petition here. And I want to really get the record straight. What we did, we already sent a letter to the ACLU demanding they withdraw this, or the churches are going after the ACLU. We're sick and tired of being bullied by them. You kids, I love you all. Our founding fathers really stood for.
Point of order.
Sir, excuse me.
Sit down. Sit down. I am running this meeting. Keep your mouth shut.
Point of order.
What's your point of order?
He's directing his comments not to the chair, and I'm concerned he's intimidating people.
He's looking right at me.
He was looking at the...
No. With all due respect, Mr. Chairman. Sir, I understand. Please do the chair. Okay, I want to read you something. This is from George Washington. It says, "You do well to wish and learn the art and ways of life, and above all, the religion of Christ. Congress will do everything to assist you in these wise intentions." That's from a letter from John Adams, Volume 2, page 223, to Abigail Adams, written July 3rd of 1776. This letter that I wrote to the ACLU, which I'll provide all of you with copies of, is replete with the correct history of our country. I gave, I believe it was you, Mr. Trafficante, and Mr. Nero, last time I was here, a book on the Founding Fathers. Did you both get a chance to go through that? Okay, you can see. This is a book called the New England Primer. I don't know if any of you have heard of it. I gave you a copy, and I gave you a copy. It was written in 1776. It was written in 1776. It was used for 240 years to educate our children. It is full of references to God, the Bible, Moses, Joshua, you name it. It's all in this book. Our founding fathers wrote it to educate their children. If somebody can tell me that that is unconstitutional, then our founding fathers were unconstitutional. Mr. Ames, who wrote the First Amendment, also claimed that he was in favor of school and education, and he wrote this.
Address me.
Okay, thank you. I got one other comment, too, from a gentleman called Noah Webster. I believe it was, yeah, Noah Webster. He was called the Schoolmaster of America. It says, Noah Webster provides additional corroboration of our founders' view on this subject. Webster today is primarily known as an educator. His impact on education was so profound that he has been titled the Schoolmaster to America. Yet he was also a founding father, serving as a soldier during the Revolution and a legislator and judge after. He was one of the first founders to call for a constitutional convention and was personally responsible for specific words in the Constitution. In a textbook he authored for public schools, Webster told his students, and I quote, "All the miseries of civil evils which men suffer from vice, crime, ambition, injustice, oppressiveness, slavery, and war proceed from their despise and neglecting the precepts contained in the Bible." I don't know how anybody can make a statement and say that this prayer is on the wall, violates our Constitution. I have copies of the letters for all the members. I have copies of the petition that the school, the churches put together and sent to the legislature regarding the redefinition of marriage. All the signatures on them. There's plenty more scriptures. I could go on and on all night on this stuff. But I know there's a lot more people who want to speak. I'm going to give this to the thing. If anybody wants to sign up for this petition, have their name on it, go to the ACLU. They can contact them. Thank you. How many do you need?
Just give the secretary, sure.
How many does she need?
This is only 7 on this.
All right, one. That's mine.
And you gotta give one to the press.
3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Thank you.
Well,
Name and address for record.
my name is Christopher Young. I lived in Cranston. My childhood, right now, I'm on Angel Road in there at Denton Gallery, but I lived on Rutland Street.
Last time I'll take off that.
Most of my childhood. I've been told that this has been a done deal, that the ACLU already worked out a deal with this committee, and that they're going to vote against this banner. Now, the people of the city of Cranston do not want you to remove this banner. As you can see from the turnout here, by the number of blue signs here, that the majority of the citizens, taxpayers, parents, and children of the city of Cranston do not want this removed. They will vote against members of this school committee and against this subcommittee if they allow for this to be removed from the school. This banner has been here for 52 years. Because it's been there for so long, it is a secular banner, okay? The U.S. Supreme Court decided in the Newdow case, which is a 2004 case, that the banner, that secular deism, which is the mention of God in our government, is if it's been there for a long period of time, has lost its religious meaning and it's become secularized. So the banner is constitutional because it is a secular banner, okay? It doesn't have the same religious connotations that it had when it was first put up. Now, the banner's been there for 52 years, so it's historically protected. The federal courts as well have decided that atheism is a religion, okay? In 1995, in the case Kaufman versus McCarty, okay, the federal courts decided that atheism is a religion. So by you promoting atheism, the lack of prayer in the schools, okay, the lack of the right for children to pray, okay, the lack of the right for children to have this banner there, because over 200 students signed their own petition, and this is a copy of those students' petition, okay? 200 students at the school signed a petition that they want the banner to remain. That's not going into your record because you're not going to single out those students. We submitted a letter into the record, okay, and these students will not be persecuted, okay? Over 800 members of St. Mark's Church signed a petition to have the banner remain. Okay, those are taxpayers within the city of Cranston. Those are residents within the city of Cranston who don't care about the battle. They want to pay for the battle and fight for the right for that banner to remain at the school. Because the banner, okay, represents some of those students' beliefs, okay? Now, the students, okay, have the right to pray. Under a U.S. Supreme Court decision, students do have the right to pray. And this legal advice that you're getting is not exactly accurate. Now, Kevin McKenna he said he'd be interested in this case. Okay, so if you would like to approach Kevin McKenna on that issue, that's a possibility for the ACLJ or whatever organization you said would be willing to work through a local attorney. Okay? Now, Webster's Dictionary as well, on top of the federal court saying that atheism is a religion, Webster's Dictionary defines religion as a cause, principle, or system of beliefs held to with ardor, extreme vigor, or energy. And that's what these individuals seem to have here, who give the pretext that they are caring and loving people, that they don't want to be offended. It's offensive for them to have that banner at the school. But this is a statement from one of the students that just testified, okay, who said that she would like to pee on the banner, okay? A student at one of your schools made a bullying, hate-filled statement who represents this atheist faith, saying that she would like to pee on the banner before she said specifically, it's a great idea to pee on the banner. And this other person said, as long as they get to pee on Jesus before I die. That's what these people said. This is put on their Facebook page. This is the page that they created to keep the banner up at Cranston West.
They want to take it down.
They want to take the banner down at Cranston West. And this is really clearly a hate crime and a bullying offense that really needs to be addressed. Clearly, on top of this issue, in the Newdow case, Justice O'Connor stated that I believe the government can acknowledge or refer to the divine without offending the Constitution. This is a 2014. This category of ceremonial deism most clearly encompasses such things as the national motto, "In God We Trust," religious references to traditional patriotic songs such as the Star-Spangled Banner, and words which the Marshal of the Supreme Court opens the sessions with, "God save the United States and His honorable court." And that was Hegme, it's a U.S. Supreme Court decision as well, U.S. Supreme Court decision. The references, Justice O'Connor went on to say, these references are not minor trespasses upon the establishment clause to which I turn a blind eye. Instead, their history, character, and context prevent them from being constitutional violations at all. So clearly the courts have said that atheism is a religion. By you denying the right for people to pray or for this banner to be there, you're endorsing the atheistic religion, okay? You're preferring one religion over the other, and that's unconstitutional. There is no separation of church and state within our Constitution. It says the government may not hinder the free exercise of religion, which the Catholic Church has been an established religion for a period of time. Christian and Judeo faiths as well have been established, and they have the right not to be hindered by the government. You're hindering them by removing this prayer. You, however, are, the First Amendment also states that you may not establish a religion, okay? So you are establishing atheism as the religion at that school by only allowing atheism to be the only religion present, which is unconstitutional, okay? And on top of all of this, and I will submit this letter for the record that has, the 800 signatures from the members of St. Mark's Church and the several hundred students at Cranston West who want the banner to remain. They were collected by Samantha Wheeler, a student at that school, who has standing because she's a student at the school. Now these arguments that you're making, how to approach this case, it's all dependent upon what argument you're making. Okay? Now these attorneys from the ACLJ or whatever, the American Center for Law and Justice, right? They're taking a position based on the information that you're giving them. Did you say that the students at the school want the banner to remain? Because they have different standing. The students have the right to pray under the U.S. Constitution. Did you say that members of the community, taxpayers, who have children at that school, want that banner to remain? They have certain standing as well. It's different standing. It depends on the argument in which you present to the ACLJ that they'll give you a response as to whether or not the case is defendable. Did you argue that the atheist religion, these people who are bringing forward this, are atheists, okay? And that atheism is a defined religion under the federal courts? And that you're promoting their religion over